Hello. Can you hear me,
Hey.
Jinx?
Yes, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, Marv, if you want, I can drop you a link in a second. Uh, Marv, Aurora knows the links that are going to be dropped in today. Yours is fine. I'm just saying I don't want like random creators, just ones that we know that we've covered that have covered this case. If that's okay, but I can drop you a link if you want. So, Jinx, we're here again doing Flora.
Yes, we are.
At the top of the chat should be Jinx's channel. Jinx does a lot for Flora. Her channel's basically based around it. If you could go and check it out and subscribe, that'd be great. So, yeah.
Thanks, darling.
Yeah, I'll just send Marv a link. So, while I'm doing that, invite. What's, would, what brought you to Flora?
Well, I don't live very far from there, and I remember the fire when it happened. And then, of course, we all know what happened almost 3 months later. But the fact that I didn't feel like there was anything being done, like it really bothered me. And then I finally found a channel that was doing a lot of coverage on it, and I started watching her. And, of course, there was some background issues with that and whatever. But that's when
Okay,
I
yeah.
really got involved. And thank God I did, get involved, because I got to meet Kathy Clendenning, who's just the most amazing woman in the whole wide world. I love her to death. She's fantastic. And then I did end up, getting the opportunity to meet Galen. And I'm telling you, she's the most amazing woman. Like, I don't know how she gets out of bed after everything, but she is a trooper. She's the kindest person you'll ever meet. I'm telling you right now. And she's always so happy, like just cheerful, and doesn't, I know things get to her sometimes, but like just the perseverance that she has to try and remember her daughters in the best way. Like, she has collages all over her walls. She's got this most beautiful blanket, even of the girls' faces on it. And it's very touching.
Now, she doesn't get as much, like, I don't want to put it like so, like, that the Patties and that get more grief, but she doesn't get so much harassed as like in the Delphi case, but she does still get harassed, doesn't she? Like,
Yeah.
she blamed for things.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's really sad. Like, I know one of the big rumors that was started by that Todd Goose, whatever you want to call him. Um,
Chris
he,
Todd,
yeah.
Forest for the Trees.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. But he did some stuff on, he did look into Flora and whatnot, and the local that he was using as a source was definitely proven time and time again to be a liar. He started the rumor that Galen had gone to the gas station and filled up some gas cans herself, and that's easily debunked because there was
That's what he
no
said.
camera. Yes,
Mhm.
yes, yes. There was no
Wow.
camera footage. By the way, those pumps after a certain time are not cash. You can't pay cash. You have to use your debit or credit card. So there's no receipts on that in any way. Because, like I said, it was just a lie that was started by David Erskine and easily debunked. But people still love to go out there and be like, "Oh no, no, that's what Todd Goose or whatever his stupid name is said." It's irritating and frustrating.
Hello, Marv.
Hello, how are you?
Well, we won't go into that. I'm,
Oh,
I'm,
good.
I'm all right. So you've covered the case as well, haven't you, or been around it?
Yep, yep.
And what do you think about, like? Do you think there's going to be justice at any point in life?
Hang on 1 second. Um, I sure hope there is. Sure hope there is. Arson cases are tough to investigate and prosecute. We all know that. But I think if ISP does their job right, they can solve this.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to make a point to say that, at the presser, or what was it? I want to say it was the presser after the trial and everything. And Nick McClellan had said, or no, maybe it was somebody's live. I think it might have been when he was on Lauren Hidden True Crime. But he had said that, Delphi, solving the Flora case and the Delphi case were two cases on his bucket list. So I would love to hear like what anything about how he intends to, or where they're at, or just some kind of update
Exactly.
from law enforcement in any way. Like that would be so great.
Some kind of update. We just want some kind of update to know that they're still working it and what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, I do know that it is still being investigated. There are several agencies as well as ISP that are investigating it. Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. There's a retired law enforcement officer out of Indiana that, I had tried to bring the information to and everything. And, once he started trying to, get into it and see what he could do to help me, because he kind of does like what Ruckus and Mr. Steve does. He's a fantastic guy. I can't remember his name. It's driving me nuts. I'll think of it probably 20 minutes from now. But, he said that he couldn't because of the agents. He couldn't get involved because there was an agency that was already investigating it, and he didn't want to get indicted over that. So he had to pull back, unfortunately.
Is that Ruckus?
Huh?
Is that Ruckus?
No, it wasn't Ruckus, but Ruckus introduced me to him.
Okay.
God, I'm drawing a blank and I feel so bad. If he's watching, please, I'm so
Well,
sorry.
I was talking to Ruckus last night, and he told me, because like I was talking
Tim
about
Corbett.
Yeah.
Tim Corbett. Thank you, Rescue.
I was talking about the work that he does with Mr. Steve, and he said one thing that people don't understand is we don't try and solve the case. He says if we do, that's brilliant. He's like, but he goes, what we do, he says, is we look at everything as a whole. He says, and we try and get the victims' families answers. So it might not go to trial and things like that, but at least the family know through what they're going through, what actually might have what might have and could have happened. Like, do you know what I mean? So they get answers.
Exactly.
It's not their job to get it to go through to trial, but yeah, he was going to come up, but he said he was busy.
Think that's what we all try to do by profiling these cases. It's not really to solve them; it's just to maybe put some pressure on people to look at it again.
I agree with that, Marv, because a lot of creators, especially lately, they seem to think that they're investigators once they hit that live button.
Right.
You're more of a journalist, aren't you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. You're just bringing out the information on each case, and you're coming up with theories and ideas of what may have happened, what may not have happened. But my goal is not to solve the case. It's to put pressure on those that can solve the case. So like in the Flora 4 case, in Tabitha Shuck Rains, just wake up some people and make them see that these cases are important and it needs to be relooked at and investigated thoroughly. Do we want justice for these victims? Absolutely. But that has to come from law enforcement and the prosecutors, and they're the ones that have to do it.
Yeah. Well, go on. No, go on, Jinx. Sorry.
I was going to say, like, for me, it's not even that, you know, like I would love to provide whatever information, and I don't want the public to lose interest. You know, I think that the
Right.
public interest is so much more important than people actually understand, you know. So
Mhm.
I'm out here just to keep the case in the public scope and make sure that people are talking about it, you know, and applying that, you know, especially on a local stance, you know. Please, locals, reach out to, you know, the people that you can, you know, the prosecutor, your, you know, city council and things like that, and ask them, what's the status on this case? You know, like, public pressure is so important. I'm not here to speculate or present any theories. I just want to tell you guys the facts of the case and make sure that Galen and her girls, Kiara, Kiona, or Kiara, oh my God, I just went blank. Kiana, Kiona. I'm so sorry. They're so similar. It's hard to say all those names for me.
This is why I said I didn't want to.
I got to thinking about it. Like, you were in my head before that, and I said them perfectly to you before the live started.
So, can you see my screen? Is it sharing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what I've done is I've brought up just a few talking points just to make it easier. They're not in the order I wanted to do it, but you know how downloading things go. So you just touched on this. This is who we're remembering. So we've done, well, not me, but you've done memorial walks. You've both attended them. What are they like? Like when you go to the memorial walks, like. Yeah, I'll leave that to you. So, what are they like, and what is it that you do on the memorial walks?
The memorial walks are all about the family and the individuals that are involved in the case. We've got a echo or something on all of us.
I think it's just you, Marv.
Oh, no, you're doing it too.
Hold up, let me, because you know when you're sharing your screen, let me mute. No.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for showing up and being here. Like, it means a lot. I really appreciate it. And if you guys could hit the like and share this out, like I said, it's just to keep the case alive in the public's eye, you know, and keep public pressure on the agencies as well as the prosecutor that can do something about it.
Aurora, can you let us know if you can hear an echo? Which guy needs to be gone? 1 second.
I just closed all my other screens and I can still hear a big echo when James talks.
Okay, hang on, I'll back up.
But when I talk and when James talks,
Aurora, can you? I don't know what my screen's froze. I can't hear the. My screen's froze.
Oh, now you're getting an echo too.
I can't hear it. Echo too. She says echo on news too.
Yep.
Yeah, someone's saying that I'm a supporter of a child killer. Yeah, I don't know where that's come from, but right. So we've got an echo on news too. I don't know if you want to quickly jump back out and jump back in.
Sure.
Try it that way.
Sure.
You there, Jinx? Oh, there she goes.
Is that better? Delphi resident.
Marv? Oh.
Hello?
Hello?
No
There
echo.
you are. Still?
No echo. I hear no echo on you or me.
Oh, thank goodness.
I know it's driving me crazy.
Oh,
Okay.
thanks, guys. I appreciate that. I see there's no echo now. That's
Why don't you answer his question about the memorial walks?
I mean, when we go to the memorial walks, we definitely highlight the girls. We talk about stories. This past time, we had a lot of locals from Flora show up, and some of the girls that went to school with Galen's daughters even showed up. And it was just so wonderful because they got to share their stories with them in school that like a lot of us had never heard about, and there's a lot of people that come from all over to attend, I mean, you came from your state, there's other people who've come from the surrounding states as well. And to hear those stories, a previous one, Galen's Aunt Jackie came and she gave the most beautiful speech. Like, oh my gosh. And Kathy Clendenning, she
Yes.
always gives her sweet, well thought out speech, and then she plays the song. And we always try to do something a little special for the girls. Like at that memorial walk that we did in Flora, Kathy made these beautiful flower arrangements, and it had the little solar light angels. And I know a lot of you guys, if you've watched or looked at my channel on the community page, I'm constantly updating like how Kathy and I will go out to make sure that the plots and stuff are kept up and decorated and things like that. And there's a lot of people like Rescue All the Dogs also does that. There's quite a few people. Kathy's sister has come out there and helped us do the plots. It's amazing. We talk about the girls and their life and Galen and how she's doing, and it's just.
And I think it's just all of us gathering in one place, walking now by a empty lot, which is just heartbreaking, and just remembering those girls. And like you said, talking about them, remembering their lives, because their lives matter to all of us that do this each and every time. And it's about bringing awareness. People honk as they go through town when they see us. So it just sparks that remembrance of what happened there and the lives that were lost and never forgetting them.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that. Thanks for coming back up and talking when you did. I had to jump out as well. I don't know what was going on with my screen. Yeah, so that's about the memorial walk. So thanks for telling us about that. So what is it that you have heard off the police or any investigators that, like, of recent, do you know what I mean? I know that I found that Doug Carter said there are suspects, but he didn't name anyone or go into that. Could you expand on like what you know, because you know the case a lot better than me?
I mean, it's always bothered me that, he won't kind of give any indicator at what direction the case is currently in. To be perfectly honest, nobody has ever really gotten a definitive answer about what direction the case is going in, where their POIs are, or anything like that. There's never been a person of interest specifically named.
And I think the frustrating part of it is that we've heard that evidence is lost. So is that affecting the investigation? And like Jinx says, they don't say anything about Flora, except for we still want to solve it.
Oh, I invited Kathy.
You invited who?
Kathy Clendenning. She's back here.
Oh yeah, you can bring her up. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you.
How do we get it on the picture?
Hi, beautiful.
Hi, Kathy.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm kind of, don't tell anybody, but I'm driving.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I just told everybody, didn't I? Oh, shit. I'm
Kathy's walking.
heading to a thing for my granddaughter, so sorry, guys. But I want to just jump on and say thank you, Jinx, and thank you guys for talking about Flora. Love you all. I so appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Well, this is the case that I want to cover it, like not constantly like how people did with Delphi and cases like that, but I want to like bring attention to it, like say once a month or something like that. Like,
I would love that.
Yeah, you could try and get as much attention on it as possible and point people to the website and that.
Yes, I think that would be great. Because there's just no one I don't know about. It's just talking about the girls, keeping their names out there, and just their memory means a lot to me. If the case is solved by us, it's but just knowing that people remember them and that they're still talked about, that means the most to me.
Yeah.
It means a lot to Gaylin too, to know that people still think about her daughters and still are waiting for her to get justice for what happened to her daughters.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's one of those cases that you don't understand why it didn't get solved in the beginning. And there's just so much things that have went on, and just so much lack of communication between the police and the family. So it's just really it's just really hard, and then what happened to Abby and Libby, that came right after it, not saying anything was more important than the other. It's just, it was two different cases, and there was a lot of people trying to put them together, and so it's been a long 9 years. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, actually, Kathy, now that you're here, you can end the rumour because I've heard it a couple of times. You've never said that the cases are linked, have you?
I never said what?
The Delphi case and the Flora case. You've never said that there's a link between them, did you?
Never. I have never said that. I have never believed that, ever.
So
I've never believed that. I mean, they're two different cases, two different things, totally separate. I never believed that there was any Odin or anything like that has anything to do with the Flora case, or yeah, I've always felt that it was more local, maybe more of a cover up of a fire that, sorry about that, my spam calls won't stop.
I can tell you the only thing I have ever heard Kathy say about a connection between Flora and Delphi is that some of the same individuals working the case worked both cases. That
Yeah.
was it. Never that it was linked together with Delphi or anything like that.
Hi, Marv. I didn't realize you were in here. I am sorry I missed you a couple weeks ago. I had you. I hope you, Indiana was good to you.
It was. Thank you.
Good. And yes, thank you, Marv, because Marv, you've been such a great person and help cover all this and you come to the walks and I so appreciate that. I really do. And no, the only connections that I have ever seen is when it was who was investigating. I mean, Doug
Right.
Carter was a part of it. I believe Holman at one time was a part of the Flora case. I mean, there's been a lot. The Carroll County Sheriff's Department, they were a part of the Flora case in the beginning before it was turned over to the, Indiana State Police. So there's
And
a lot of similarities in that. And
the
that's
guy
it.
that got there first, I can't remember the officer's name.
Oh, Adam Randall.
Nope.
Not that one?
No, the one that
Drew
ran
Yoder
in
and
the
Josh
house.
Dysinger. Drew
Yes.
Yoder and Josh Dysinger.
Yes.
Yeah,
we
Dysinger
remember
was
both
first.
of those names in both cases. It's the county that they live in. They're gonna have their hands in both cases, but not that they're connected and the same people did both case,
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
yeah.
Doesn't mean that they're related. I mean, I still to this day, after I saw the dash cam footage, I still to this day think Drew Yoder is a hero. That he did the best that he could do to try to save the girls.
Agree.
I agree.
Well, I'm glad you come so I could
I
address
mean-
that, because I was going to address it, but the fact that you come up just makes it more legitimate that you never said it, because I've heard it said a few times. So I wanted to address it because I don't want people going around saying that you said this, you said that, and you're not there to defend yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, well, I mean, there was a time in the beginning when some of the YouTubers reached out to me, and were trying to convince me of that. And yes, I'm not gonna lie, I have said that there's corruption, somewhere. But did I say every person or every thing in our county or everything is corrupt? No, I didn't. Did I think maybe something happened in the Flora case that probably shouldn't have happened? Maybe I said that. I don't know, but I've never said that Delphi and Flora and we have a bunch of corrupt police. I have never said that.
Okay. So just wanted to. So we've covered this, haven't we? What the police have come out with.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah. So who was affected? These are the girls. I'm not going to say their name because I know I'm going to butcher it, and I don't want to do that.
Can you take the comment off so we can get a good look at their pictures?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Look at them.
I know.
I think about them all the time. I can imagine where they would be today and what they would be doing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. What kind of women they would have grown up to be, their professions, married.
They were they were strong little girls. They had been through a lot of diversity in their life. They've had a lot of things happen. So I know that they were going to grow up to be beautiful women.
And you can just tell by the way they're dressed and the smiles on their faces that they were clearly loved.
Oh, Galen, make sure. Am I echoing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you are.
I think you are a bit, yeah.
Kelly, I wanted to ask you.
Come back.
Okay. Go on, Jinx.
I think a lot of the reason that people say corruption in Flora is because of the original report put out by Dennis of multiple points of origin. And then when they had another fire investigator go over the evidence, he stated that there was not several points of origin, that there was one, and that was centralized at the back door.
Yeah, I think you're right, James. I think the misinformation in this case has really hurt.
Agreed. And it started at the beginning with Dennis Randall and that fire report that he put out. There was so much.
Yes. That fire report was all lies, I believe. Honestly,
Well,
there was
while
not,
you're here, Kathy, actually, I've got your website. You created this website, didn't you? No,
yes,
that's
I
not it.
did. Yes, I did. It wasn't easy because let me tell you, I'm not very technical. Let me tell you, I'm not very technical.
And can you see the website?
Yes.
Yeah. So you created this website because there wasn't much transparency in the case and you wanted to basically you and Galen wanted to put everything out there, hide nothing, and so everything's on this website, isn't it?
Yes. I put as many documents as I could and as many pictures. I still work on it on occasion when we have new pictures and stuff. That's what it's for. It's for awareness for the case. I still work on it on occasion when we have new pictures and stuff.
So here's the document. I'm not going to go through the documents. I'm just going to show them so people know they can go here and they can look for the documents, everything they need, and everything like that. So it's not about. Hang on, is this the right? Yes. Okay. I thought it was going to another website. It's not always about listening to YouTubers and what their opinions are because they're just the same as anybody. It's sometimes you have to go and look for yourself, and here this website's just a plethora of information. You got medical records, run sheets from the Flora Fire Department. You got an evidence list, depositions, death certificates, NFPA guides, plaintiff filings, the rental agreements. It's got everything, absolutely everything.
I mean, if you wanted to investigate the case, Oh, and I've attached every podcast that's been done about the girls too.
But you've attached every podcast as well.
Yes.
Let's see if I can. Where would that? What's that under? Is that under the story or watch? Oh, okay, yeah. So here's all the podcasts that she was on about. You got Indie Archive Dashcam, news coverage, Erie Side podcast, Black Girl Gone, Erie podcast, Erie Side podcast 1, TrueCrime Garage, Over the Fence, Zone 7, and then here you've got. I'm guessing these are images. The fire.
Yes. Yeah.
See, I'm not. I'm not a true crime YouTuber like how Marvy's. So I think this website's just a gold mine.
It is. It's absolutely
For
awesome.
people that want to.
Absolutely awesome.
I really
Oh no, don't do this.
thank you guys so much for doing this, but I got to go in. My granddaughter's graduating 5th grade today, and so I got to go get a seat and take in the flowers.
Yeah, thank you
Have
for coming.
fun.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you
Bye.
guys. Thank you. Love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you for coming up. And here's the pictures from the fire, the damage that was caused. Having Coach Kev would have probably been the best here because I watched him on Sleuth Intuition, and the way he explains things, he tells you like he goes into detail about they get certain parts of the damage up, and he explains like, oh well, this is where the fire's extra hot because if you look, it looks like alligator skin, and it's brilliant the way he does it. I'm not gonna butcher his words, but yeah, this website's just a gold mine. So there were correct me if I wrong, Jinx and Marv, but there were rumours that there wasn't like Galen was being secretive and ISP was being secretive, but this website proves that she wasn't. Because she literally put everything out there.
Yeah, and she gave multiple interviews to the Indiana State Police.
Yeah. So if you're a creator and you're looking to cover this case, you've got images, you've got the reports, you've got everything on this website. You've got, I believe these are who she selected that she watched and she enjoyed. And then you got in memory.
Well informed.
Yeah. And you got in memory. Let's click that, see what that does. Oh. We're back. Okay, it's not going to load, I don't think. I'll give it a few more seconds. Oh, here we go.
I think she did a great job.
Yeah, so there's a video. I won't play the video. So people can come up and see the video when they go on the site themselves. And help. Let's see what help is. I'm guessing this is going to be who to contact.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got all the information of when it happened, where it happened, who was affected by it, who to contact if you have any information. Very clear in this case that somebody knows something and somebody needs to talk. So if anybody does have any information, and make sure it's legitimate information and not Jinx told me this or Marv told me that. Do you know what I mean? If you're going to do it, make sure it's legitimate information, contact them and give the information in. Yes, that's that for that website. Stop sharing screen. Don't need that anymore, do we? Jinx, I nearly booted you then. Echo is back. Oh, that was 10 minutes ago.
But I think it's gone now.
Okay, it's not letting me stop.
Where'd he go? Rescue says somebody knows. How do they live with that? So I agree with that. Somebody knows what happened. They just need to find it in their hearts to open up and tell the truth.
I absolutely couldn't agree more. And I hope Gibbo comes back because I was about to run to go to the bathroom. I'm so sorry, Marv. Hold it down. Hold down the fort, Marv.
I'll do it. I'm just kind of looking at the comments here, and I'm so glad that Kathy could join us for a few minutes.
Oh, sorry about that. I don't know what
That's
happened.
all right.
Let's get some of these comments up. So we'll go from Echo is back. And now Jinx's Echo is back. Yeah, so we've moved on from there. So here's the Flora website. Okay, it's not going to.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here's the Flora website.
And then I had mentioned Rescue's comment about somebody knows. How did they live with that? And I just said that somebody does know. They need to find it in their heart to tell the truth.
Yeah.
Are we all back?
Yeah. I've knocked all my stuff off now, so. Oops, Susie's here.
Bossy came in too, I think, since then. But
Yeah, Bossy's coming as well, yeah.
Hey, y'all.
Bossy's another local that goes to all the cases. Like she covered that one with you, Marv, didn't she?
yes, she was my backbone. She really helped me when I needed it, and I appreciate it so much.
I think that's it. Is there anything that either one of you want to say or bring up or discuss before I start winding it down?
Kiara, Kiana, Cariel, Keone. Say their names. And justice for Galen Rose's daughters. Don't let this case go under the rug, y'all. Like, please keep this case alive. Keep the public interest out there. Word of mouth is the only way that I know to do it. So please just keep this case alive until Galen's girls get justice.
And at the top of the chat is Jinx's channel. Everything on there is related to Flora and points you towards the things that this live's pointed you towards. So if you can subscribe and watch the things that she's got on there, that'd be great. Marv also has a channel, as she's all must know. She covers every case that she can, mainly local to her, so she can attend the trials and things like that. But she does cover other cases as well. I want to keep it as short as possible, just for the replay, so people, because people see like 3 hours and they're like, oh, and they just skip through. So I think it's best to, if we like, try and do like an hour or something, say like once a month or something for them.
I'm totally down for that, dude.
Right then, Jinx, thank you for coming up. Marv, thank you as well. Thanks to the chat for coming, and let me just quickly switch this. Switch this banner. If you have any information regarding this case, please contact ISP, and then the number's there for you. Thanks to everyone for coming. I'm ready. I'm not ready for bed because I'm going to do another live later. It should be fun. It should be really fun. And so I hope to see you all there. Hit the like, share this video, and help Galen get justice for her girls. Thank you everyone for coming.
I'll be at your next one, Gibbo, but
no, that's
I'll
fine.
rewatch it.
That's fine. Thank you for you two for coming up, and for Kathy as well coming up.
I guess my last thought on this is, like Jinx said, reach out to your town representatives, ISP, the prosecutor, and ask them what they're doing on this case.
Yeah. Let's try and push it now. Delphi's out the way. It's time to all eyes on Flora.
Hashtag Nick McClelland's bucket list to solve Flora. That's pretty long
Yep.
hashtag. Never mind. Seriously, like, let's talk
Yeah.
about that bucket list to solve Flora. Please, Nick.
Yep.
Let's do that.
All right then, guys. Thank you for coming, and thank you to you two for helping me through this.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.